tonight's show is the beginning of 3 different guest hosts that are going to be coming by and hanging out with me and talking pro wrestling over the next several weeks. So tonight, the first guest host is Ethan Ralph, who's going to be coming by and talking pro wrestling. And I hope that you guys will join me for that. A lot of people think it's going to go poorly because I guess a lot of people don't have many good things to say about Ethan Ralph. Personally, I have little to no interaction with the man. All right. He offered to do the show, and I said, sure, let's get guest hosts in here. Let's see how it goes. All right. So for those interested, that starts around 7 p.m. Pacific time over on my DSP Reacts channel, which is at DSP Reacts on YouTube, or on my Kick channel, which is DSP Gaming Real. I fully predict chaos to ensue, but not to have to do with us. Like, I think like the show is going to be fine and we're going to do wrestling commentary, but I think what's going to happen is a lot of people are going to join the show with the intention of trying to derail it or troll. And just to make this perfectly clear, okay, very simply put, tonight, will there be contributions? Yes. Am I going to be reading out every contribution? Well, all the ones that are positive and have to do with wrestling and stuff. Anyone who comes to the show and is trying to flame this guy because he's my co-host and you don't like him, all I'm going to say is thanks for the contribution and move on. I'm not actually going to be reading out insults and shit. Some people seem to think that this is their opportunity to come by tonight. It's a shooting gallery, Ethan Ralph, and it's a time to attack the man. All I want to do is have a fun wrestling show. So, hey, come by and contribute. Go right ahead. But just know that if you come by and you're saying disgusting stuff about the guy, I'm not going to read it. I'm just going to say, hey, thanks for the contribution and move on. Now, all the usual stuff's going to happen. For example, for every $100 raised, I'm going to open a pack of Topps 2025 Chrome trading cards and see who we get in there. All the usual, things will be a part of the show. But also, I'll have a co-host who we'll be talking wrestling with. Okay? So, who knows how it's going to go? I think it's going to go fine, to be honest. But you never know with these things. I hope you'll join me tonight for an unpredictable Smart Guys over on DSP Reacts. By the way, rebranded a bit for this week. This last day or two, I spruced things up and I basically rebranded a couple things. So you may notice something new on the show tonight. Okay, so that's today. And then I am off from streaming both Friday and Saturday. And I know that's weird because usually I only have one day off a week, but this week I'm taking off 2. It's necessary this week. I got stuff I got to do. But when I come back on Sunday, we go full-fledged into a new streaming week with the Fatal Fury City of the Wolves beta part 2. The first beta was about a month ago. And it was fun, but it ran like crap online, leading a lot of people to say, man, I don't know if I'm going to buy this game because the online connection sucked. So they wanted to take a second shot at it, hopefully doing better this time so that people will be more convinced to buy the game. This time around, I'm not going to play it seriously. What I'd like to do with this beta is just try a couple different characters and see how they play. Like I'll maybe pick whoever's available, like maybe Terry, or I don't know who's going to be in it, but I want to try new characters rather than just pick my Shiranui and try to play like ultra hard. I just want it to be a more casual stream. So that should be fun. And then the late stream on Sunday, I'm going to continue on with my Disco Elysium playthrough, which I started last week during Indies Night. And it's a completely unique game. I'm excited for it. And I hope that you will join me for that as I continue on with this crazy narrative-based experience. Also, this week, we're going to have more Atom Fall, more Pirate Yakuza. We're going to have more Suikoden. We're going to have all kinds of stuff going on this week. All right? So it's going to be an exciting week coming up of good variety of content, okay? All right, let's get stuff started. We got a shout out to do. Guys, please support the stream today. Let's hit goals. Let's hit the goal today on this first stream. Let's hit a goal on the late stream. Let's keep that momentum rolling in a positive direction. Notably, let's get one of each kind of contribution this morning. I'm going to be honest, it's been pretty rough this week in regards to Kick, and I'm not surprised. As you guys know, a lot of the Kick supporters were actually people who were fans of Kino Casino, and those fans are now leaving in droves because the casino basically snanked me, which everyone knew was going to happen to begin with. So it is what it is. I'm moving on positively. We got Kickbot in there helping out with commands and stuff, and hopefully you'll still stick around if you're a viewer on Kick. And for those who have, thank you. It would be great to get some Kick support today. So if you could, please support the stream in some way. Okay. This idiot. There we go. Notably, gifted subs would be great over on Kick. Like I said, we had only a few people who've actually even gifted subs this week, and it's the end of the streaming week. I'm looking far and wide, and I don't see Dr. Lexus here to gift another 44 subs to Felt Me. Oh, man, he really felted me last week when he did that, but I don't see him anymore. So anyone who's over there enjoying the content, if you like the content, please consider becoming a sub, I should say, and gifting some subs to your fellow viewer. It helps out a lot, okay? But then, of course, we now have the ability for everyone to now use commands both on Kick and YouTube. So if you prefer to maybe do a tip, you could do that as well. All right. So thanks in advance to anyone who supports the content in any way. Super chats and memberships and gifted memberships on the YouTube side, subs and gifted subs on the Kick side, and tips, which anyone can now do by using the ! tip command. Okay? Excellent. Very good. All right. First contribution of the day. A $2 tip. Why did you block Cristiano Ronaldo on Twitter? It's like I explained yesterday during that segment when we looked and we were like, why is he blocked? First of all, I guess it's X. We got to start calling it X because everyone keeps saying Twitter, but it's X, right? The problem with X now is that it gets a weird idea in its head and it won't unprogram itself. What do I mean by that? Let's say, for example, for some bizarre reason, X thinks you like football or soccer or whatever you call it. All of a sudden, your entire fucking thread, your whole feed will be bombarded with content regarding that subject matter, even if you don't care about it. And I've tried, for example, marking a post, see less of this. This is not relevant, trying to get it out of my feed. And quite frankly, it doesn't work. Whatever AI that they use to run this stupid algorithm over on X, it's not effective at all. It's very frustrating. And what happens is there'll be days when I'm trying to use X for work. I need to try to get information off of X for a news story or to see what's going on in the world. And I can't because it keeps bombarding me with bullshit. I particularly remember there was one time where I was trying to use it. It was just like sports ads constantly. And I believe that was the situation where Cristiano Ronaldo's official X account was posting advertisements. And I was like, fuck this. And I just blocked it. What I do now, if an ad pops up on X and I find it something intrusive, I just block the entire account. And I don't even give a shit what the account is. It could be a major corporation. It could be a major thing. I just block the fucking thing. I don't care. I don't need to see garbage ads on X. And the thing is, when I had X Premium or whatever you want to call it, I didn't have ads. And that was good. But then I said, I don't really need to pay for this anymore. I'm not really getting many benefits out of having the X Premium. The blue check mark doesn't mean anything. So I stopped paying for it, and all the ads came back in droves. So I just blocked the fuck out of all of it. So there you go. That's why. I guarantee you that's what it was, is that at one point, X is so dumb, it thought that I had like an affinity for football and started sending me 1,000 football-related stories and posts and ads. And I said, block, 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 fuck all that shit. Because I don't care about football. I'm never going to. I'm not going to miss out on anything by blocking those accounts. Like, oh no, I really missed out on Cristiano Ronaldo's posts. Oh no, it's earth-shattering and I'll never get over it, right? So there you go. That's why, okay? All right, so that's our first contribution of the day. Thank you for the first tip. Now, let's get our first super chat. Let's get our first member or gifted membership, and let's get our first sub or gifted sub, okay? And once we get that momentum going, then things will pick up and you'll see. But it's all about the momentum. It's about getting a series of stuff. Like, for example, the first tip was $2. Who's going to tip more than $2 to become on the leaderboard? I mean, it could be $2.01 and you'll be on the leaderboard. All right, but let's get someone new up there. Let's get that momentum rolling, okay? All right. Now, in the meantime, I have some news stories to cover. In fact, we have a lot of news stories to cover.